Live. It looks like we're live. Let me drop the open on these people. Boom. Let's see. There goes the open.
To the Hank Strange situation.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up. Ring the bell so you can be notified. Yes, we are live. Come on, let's see jazz hands. Come on, jazz hands. I hope you got your big girl British panties on tonight. Because Walter Keller, look, there he goes. The one, the only. He looks a little bit like Benny Hill right now. Walter Keller. Yes, Walter Keller is joining us live from the England.
From the UK.
Yeah, from the from the UK. Now, I have no clue what Babyface P is doing over here. Let me see if I can show you guys. Oh, he's building something. He's building. Oh, look at him. He's building. He's got a gun that we're going to show off.
Suppressor I can take off. Look at that. Little can comes off.
No suppressors for you.
Done yet.
No suppressors for you. No suppressors for you.
You.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, listen. We are live. This is the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. Welcome back to the show. It's episode number 396. Yeah, Walter, 396, man. But we're creeping up on 400 here.
400.
We're 4 away from 400. And tonight, it's FreeForAll Monday. And we're calling it Walter Checks In.
Actually, for me, it's Free for All Tuesday.
Oh, well, just pretend. Just pretend.
Okay.
Is it midnight right now? Did you just cross into midnight?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Actually, it's 12:02. 12:02.
12:02. Okay,
He's from the future. Walter is coming to us from the future.
Yeah.
from tomorrow.
Yeah, from tomorrow.
Yeah,
And it's a scary future, I tell you.
he's Doctor Who. He's Doctor Who right now, since he's over in England. So, and yes, more NRA drama. We'll talk about that and other stuff going on. It's Free for All Monday. You guys can tell us what you want to talk about. But look, we got Walter Keller here. We should probably start off with Walter Keller while Babyface. Well, let's see what Babyface. Throw up what are you working on right there?
It's almost done. Hold on.
Let's see. Come on. You were supposed to do this while we were doing the show. Okay, hold it up close to the camera.
Look at that.
Close to the camera. ATI Mini. This is the AR-15 and in Flat Dark Earth.
With
New
the
one just
suppressor,
out. Yeah.
FTE. It's got like the really 9 B5 stock or whoever makes that really cool with like the little takedown.
Yeah.
This thing's super cool.
Yeah. So Babyface just put that together. Where's the box? I think they're
in
called
front of me.
RW Minis now. RW Minis or something. There's a little bit of a name change that's going on. ATI Minis. So there goes the box. We'll be talking about those. And
Pretty cool.
yeah, very cool. Babyface is putting that together.
Everybody loves one of these, and
there
now
goes-
the internet's gone.
Yes. There goes the man, Walter Keller. What are you eating, Walt?
I'm eating a cookie that was purchased in the gift shop at Saint Mount Michel in France. It's like an island monastery cathedral church thing that was built over the years, and it's pretty cool.
Okay.
My dad's a trooper. Him and his bad knee climbed all the way to the top of the thing and climbed all the way back down. And other people were going, I ain't going up there.
The real question is, how are French cookies?
French cookies.
Are
They
they
got to be
good?
delicious. Yeah, it's got to be
Any good?
delicious.
Well, these are packaged in packaged in a plastic container, come in a fancy like souvenir tin thing. These are good.
Yeah.
What's really good in France is the baguettes and the croissants.
Yeah,
The
the one thing the French are known for is food. We could say whatever we want to about the French, but we can't, except for the fragois. What is it? Fragois?
Foie gras.
Foie gras.
Frag gras.
Whatever. Yeah, well, that too.
Goose liver.
Yeah, those kinds of things. But when it comes to desserts, the French is awesome. The French are awesome. Desserts and breakfast foods, and wines and champagnes.
And wine. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, this time I didn't. It's funny. I didn't have all the whenever you're out and about in these events, they're always like they selling sandwiches, and their sandwich is a baguette with a piece of sausage inside of it, or a strip of ham and some cheese. You know, it's pretty straightforward. There ain't none of this lettuce, tomato garbage over and over. Or you get frishes, which are the fries. You know, like we call French fries.
yeah.
So
Yeah, someone was just asking about that.
Yeah, I had plenty of that with some, with beer but I didn't have any really good Cavados, which is their version. It's like an apple liquor.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't taste like apples by any means, but probably a little bit different this time around than 5 years ago. But we had a good time. June 6th was a beautiful day. It was kind of windy and cool, but nice, and sun was out. On the 7th, it was like a freaking tropical storm. It was like a tropical storm. It was rotating like a hurricane.
Really?
Rolled into France. The wind blowing, raining, and just nasty. And then and it did that all night. So a lot of the people that were camping, we had one of the young guys. We had an extra bed in our room, and he was crashed out there. And then some of the other ones, they all kind of most of them migrated into the bed and breakfast to get out of the weather.
Yeah, because most of you guys were camping out. So
yeah, there was about 6 or 8 of us that had rooms and were crashed inside, and then the rest, most of the Brits were outside sleeping in tents. So
okay,
that was but yeah, and a couple of them stayed out in the weather that night, and they all survived. So
yeah, depends on how cozy they were, How cozy.
Well, it was. It wasn't that situation, I don't think. But a couple of them, they just did it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So.
Yeah. So anyway. Just a couple of things I want to cover here. The show's brought to you by Walther, not Walter. Walter does bring you this show, by the way, but it's also brought to you through Safety Harbor Firearms. But the show's brought to you by Walther Firearms. So shout out to those guys. Make sure everyone out there smashes the thumbs ups, okay? Thank you for smashing the thumbs ups. We appreciate that. Help get us hotted up.
We got 2 thumbs downs. I don't know why. People are hating on the French.
Because I'm back or something.
Yeah, maybe it's Walter.
Walter's back. Get rid of him.
We'll blame it on Walter. Also, as you guys notice, it's midnight over there in the UK's. Walter's still eating. You guys think that this happens because Walter's on the show, he eats on the show? If he's awake, he must be fed. The monster must be appeased.
We went out to eat tonight and went to a place. I had plenty of food, but I ate a little bit, and I felt full. So, I drank a pint of beer right before that too. So
that'll do
it. Yesterday we were. It was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday we had to wash our clothes because we'd been a whole week over in France and stuff, and everybody needed clothes washed. So
you got to get that French stink off of you.
Oh, stop it! Actually,
he's trying. Do you notice, Patrick, how he's trying to be all nice over there? That he's in England. He's trying to be nice. He doesn't want to. He already got flagged, by the way. Which he told me was my fault.
Yeah, coming back through customs. When we were leaving, I think, out of France, when you go to on the ferry, they check all your papers and all that stuff. And they actually looked in one of the trucks. One of the trucks had a tarp on the back, so I wanted to make sure you didn't have any stowaways. But when they put my passport in, Sean told me that the screen lit up white or something. There was like a
warning,
like hey, what's the deal?
Alert.
Here?
Danger, Will Robinson.
I guess it didn't show that I came in, and I'm leaving. So it's like it was weird. But anyways, it got cleared up. It cleared itself up.
Walter just went ham, started beating guys up. That's how he cleared it up.
Well, one of the English guys warned us leaving Westerham. There's Africans that are hanging out trying to stow away to get to England, because if you can get on English soil, you're on the government cheese then.
But here's the thing I don't understand about that, because I know you were telling me about this. So they're in France, right?
Yes, correct.
Why are they trying to get to England?
The ultimate government cheese is in
the British government cheese. Yes.
Yep.
Now I just noticed something. My battery's dying, so. What I might do is I might have to do something here. I might have to go away for a little bit and come back. Yeah. But
what battery's dying, Walter? I thought we discussed this. You using a laptop?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we discussed this before we started.
I might have to migrate to the kitchen and stand.
And plug in the. Okay, all right. You got to do it right now.
I've got 8% battery left, so
you might want to do it.
So we were warned about that. They might try to get on the truck or something. I said, well, if they try to get in the back of the truck where I'm at, they're going to get a ladder in their head. But, but anyway, nothing. Well, I mean, because they said, they can be violent. Well, so can I if I get.
So yeah, exactly. We can't do.
But nothing happened like that, and once they figured out who I was, there was nothing with me. They want to see everybody's face to the passport and all that stuff. And,
so none of the border people did a cavity check to make sure you didn't smuggle any Africans up in. I couldn't resist that one.
Bless you. I could come back with something probably very inappropriate, but I won't do it.
Just kidding. There's going to be some mad people out there. But.
Yeah, I don't want to piss off the whole world. I have a little. I'll save it for when I get back. Once I get back on American soil, I'll have a commentary about.
You're going to save it?
About the European Union. So I'll let that go.
Oh, God. They're going to come hunt you down.
Just real quick, when you're over in France, there's these banners up across some of the roads with flags on it. Here's the French flag and the British flag and the American flag and maybe a Dutch flag or something like that. And get me started. There's the European Union flag in the center, and it's the biggest one. Of course. Then I saw where on a flagpole in France, somebody was flying the European Union flag on top of the French flag. That's like flying the Florida flag on top of the U.S. flag. That's not
none of my business. I'm not going to say anything
because
everybody knows how I feel about that.
Yeah, but here's the thing that's interesting to me. What the heck does the European flag, the Eurozone flag, look like?
It's blue with a ring of stars for each country that are in the Union.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So.
Oh, okay. Here, I'll pop it up for some people. I've got it there in my. So that's what it looks like. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So I'll save that comment. I won't publish that commentary till I get back.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I was gonna say, Walter. Go get set up in the kitchen. Grab another drink. So that way. Like mix your drink.
Set.
Put a Red Bull and whatever you're drinking in there. What are you drinking?
What
was that? Throw that up again, Walt. We didn't see it.
This is a cup I bought right before we left to come over, which has got like all flags all over it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I picked it up at Bell's. If anybody's interested.
How did the French feel about the Americans over there?
Oh, they don't. In Normandy, I mean, we were the liberators,
Yeah. So do they still love us, or do they hate us like the rest of the world?
No, I didn't run into any negativity.
Damn it.
You're spending money, so that's hard to be negative.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. The Normandy June 6th thing is a big. That's the moneymaker for them too, because a lot of people come over and spend a lot of money. So
yeah,
That's
their like 4th of July, isn't it? That's how they see it.
That's how I look at that. Everywhere it's liberate. Liberate. So, and I get it, because they were seriously under somebody's thumb, or fist. So
yeah, I mean they got their asses kicked. By the way, for people who want to, I mean, I know Walter's trying to be political because he's still over there. So I'm just letting everyone know Walter's not back. I see some people saying, "Hey, welcome back, Walter." He's still over there.
I don't get back. I won't be back on.
Welcome back to the channel, maybe.
Yeah. We're in England. I mean, I won't be back in Florida until the 20th.
Yeah. By the way, we're docking some pay from you, Walter, because you were supposed to report live on D-Day. Don't know what happened.
My Wi-Fi, the place we were staying at, the Wi-Fi signal was about as good as dial-up. So, either it was working or it was like the little thing was spinning. The little waiting. I'm like, oh.
You would think in the advanced civilizations, Wi-Fi would be super. They should have like 8G Wi-Fi at this point. Should be way ahead of us. No?
Well, no. Where I'm sitting right here, right over here to the side of me is a router, and it's actually pretty good here. So
Yeah, it's not
and
bad.
then,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad. Okay, so listen, here's what you how much time do you need to go and move locations here?
a couple minutes.
All right, so go ahead and move locations. Patrick and I will get into some things. Maybe we'll shout out people
God.
while you're moving
Actually,
locations here.
I'm just gonna. Actually, I don't. I'm not.
Oh, take
plugged
us
in right
along. Take us along for the ride. Here we go.
I'm
Here we
just
go.
gonna
Let's
walk
go
over,
full
yeah.
screen on Walter. If he goes down right now, it's going to be YouTube history. So we might as well go.
Okay. Let me show you these. Let me show you the staircase here.
Oh.
I told you it's like a Harry
You
Potter
look like a
staircase.
hobbit in this house, man. You're so huge.
It's like a basement.
Well, let me show you this here. Can we walk over here? Here's the that's. Hang on a second here. Let's turn this up.
The ceiling's
That's
very
the
low.
beam that's crossing the roof.
Mhm.
If I go underneath this and I get on my toes, my head hits the beam going across the roof. And I'm not that tall. So
Yeah, he's in Hobbitlandia right now.
let's see here. Oh,
Oh,
look.
oh, poor Peggy is just beat. She doesn't even know
Mm-hmm.
we're doing the show. Peggy.
So let's see here. Let's walk in.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is over toward. There's some decent light in here too.
Okay.
It's almost
There we
too
go.
much. Let's see. Here we go.
Yeah, that's not
We'll
bad.
plug in.
Plug in the power cord. Hopefully you have your adapter.
Oh, I got my adapter, baby. I got my adapter.
Yeah.
Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
This is
Boom.
this is high technology here, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing you Walter getting his power connected only on the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. So, what's that hat say? Diamond T Trucks.
Diamond T truck. It's the Diamond T trucks.
Oh, okay.
So-
Is that a European thing?
No, it's American.
Oh, American. Okay. All right.
The Diamond T brand has came and gone a few times from its starting origins or whatever. I don't know. I think it's still around. But yeah, there's a couple of guys. There was 2 Diamond T wreckers and 1 Diamond T cargo truck that went with us.
Yeah.
And there's a story about that because on the way back off the ferry driving back to here to Morton and Marsh where we're staying, the 1 Diamond T wrecker stopped running. So they had to tow it with the other Diamond T wrecker. We didn't get back here until the ferry we got off the ferry at like 11 o'clock and we didn't get back here until 4 in the morning. So.
Wow. Okay. Do you want to grab a stool? Syrup Flow says, "Go grab a seat, Walter." Do you want to grab a stool or something? Or do they not have stools in the ye old England?
Oh, I haven't had a single stool since I got here,
Yeah.
buddy.
We should all talk with British accents.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
there,
thank
governor.
you.
Pip pip.
He's so bad.
Toodaloo. Yeah, it's a good thing. Good thing for you guys. I lost my British accent a long time ago.
I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, let's see. Where's Walter?
Let's adjust this thing here. Oh,
All right, there we go. There we go. Okay, cool. By the way, don't forget to hit those thumbs. We got over 100 people watching, but we only have like 54 thumbs ups. I don't know what the deal is with that. If you hate us, thumbs down, whatever, fine. It's all good. Just press a button. Press a button
Just
out
say
there
hi.
so that we know that you're alive. Let's see. I don't know if people, should we do some questions from people for Walter?
Yeah,
should we
go
do
for it.
that?
let me show you something you have to do over in Europe.
Oh, okay.
Every time you go to the grocery store over here, if you don't bring your own bag, you got to buy a bag. If you need a
Really?
bag, right? So we got French bags, we got English bags, we got bags out the yin yang. So, anyways, just wanted to let you know you don't get no free bags over here.
Yeah, that's pure savagery.
What's the what's the ice situation like for your drinks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, this afternoon I had a Diet Coke at the hotel we were at, hotel/pub restaurant, and I asked for ice and I got about 5 pieces, which is pretty good. That's pretty good for over here, you know.
They're
God,
not up on
that's so awful.
actual cube technology.
Yeah.
It's just pieces. There's like a big frozen lake in the back, and they go chip the ice off of it.
Chip it off and throw it in.
Well, only ice in this place is this old slate floor in here in the first floor. Feels like an ice skating rink. It's so cold.
Oh wow.
So Yeah. But anyways, no, they're tight on the ice everywhere you go. And in France, forget about it.
They're tight on the bags unless it's an actual bag.
Tight on the ice.
How about the yellow vest situation? Did you figure that out yet?
There was nothing. Well, every rental car comes with a yellow vest. I didn't pull it out and put it on and prance around with it because I didn't want to.
You're already on one list. You don't want to be on two lists.
I don't. Yeah, I was going to do a video with that.
Yeah,
I was going to make a video, but I decided better not.
Bring the rental car vest, yellow vest, back with you as a souvenir. The pants says grocery bags are a human right.
Yes, paper or plastic, your choice.
Yeah, it's a human right. And I guess Richard Hughes is asking if you're bringing him back a yellow vest from France.
I didn't take it out of the rental car because I didn't want to have to. They didn't look for it when they brought it back.
But you didn't want to get a phone later.
That was in my awesome Peugeot.
Oh, you got a Peugeot. Awesome.
Well, no, it wasn't that awesome. I mean, it ran well.
You didn't like
everything, but
okay.
Look, I'm not hugely tall or anything, but every time I got in, I had to fucking bend my head over to get in that bitch. Everything, boom, hit the head on again.
Yeah, Walter. even by European standards, you are a big man.
Exactly.
Big man. They don't.
Now I have a Vauxhall. Actually, today I picked it up.
Vauxhall. Okay. Yeah, Vauxhall.
Yeah, Vauxhall. Yeah. It's a 4-door, same type of car. I was shocked. I go to pick it up. I got an automatic gearbox.
Oh, okay.
Normally, standard stuff you get a manual transmission, unless you pay extra for an automatic. But
oh, really? That's like the common is to get to standard.
Standard. That's it. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Standard is truly standard. Because over here, I don't know. Like most people I know can't even drive a stick.
No, we're too retarded in America for them to put stick shifts in rentals.
And
no one would be able to leave the rental parking lot in America right now. Sorry, go ahead.
The only thing about driving the manual over here, you're
on the left
on the side, so you got to use the hand, and it usually doesn't shift. So
that's weird.
Yeah, it's weird because you can't hold your crotch and drive and shift at the same time. It's like, how the hell, how do you do that?
Okay. I didn't think of that, but I did have
totally missed that one. Which one of us is drinking, Walter? Is it me or is it you?
I haven't had anything in a few hours. So
you haven't? Oh, okay. All right.
Besides the Red Bull.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, that's cool. Listen, this is why people around the world, this is how Americans are messing us up when they go overseas. They don't know how to drive stick shift.
Yep.
Can you imagine that conversation at the rental agency? I don't know. At least one thing I could tell you, Lola knows how. My boys don't know yet. I have to buy a stick shift so they can learn.
That's a survival skill. Everybody should know how to drive a stick just in case you have nothing else to get around in. But the Vauxhall's better. I have to say my head doesn't hit the roof as much when I get in. But automatic, the seats are nicer. It's quieter. Boom.
Yeah. I think Vauxhalls they have those a lot in Australia too, right? So
probably, yeah. I think it's Vauxhall. I don't know if it's still as part of GM. I thought at one time it was part of GM.
Was it? Did they sell that with Opel and all of that kind of stuff? Wasn't?
No.
Yeah.
I took some pictures of the Peugeot, and I take some pictures of the Vauxhall too, and then if you use them for Yeah. But anyways.
Just rip the lion off the Peugeot car, the front and the grill. Somewhere in there's a lion. Just rip it off. Bring it back. Okay. You could put it on. You can make a nice chain out of it, like how in the '80s the rappers used to have the Mercedes emblems. Remember that?
Yeah.
As their necklace.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Richard Hughes says Opel is still GM. I thought they sold Opel and Vauxhall and all those different things. I guess they didn't. Yeah. Red Bear says they're a GM brand.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. So let's see.
So anyways,
go ahead.
We're tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. Really, we don't have any. It's kind of open this kind of week. This coming weekend, there's a military vehicle rally we're going to, which should be fun because they got a beer tent there too.
Most important thing.
Once I got an automatic, I said, Peggy, you're going to be the designated driver, and she's like, no.
Yeah. She didn't go on vacation to be not.
She doesn't want to drive on the other side.
Oh yeah.
Takes a little getting used to because your instinct is to go back to the other side. That can get really bad if you do it the wrong time. So, but I've done this is the third time I've done it, so it's not as bad. But still, it's something you got to think about things sometimes. Because you go into autopilot and you automatically go to the side you're normally be on. It's like, whoa. And the Englishmen do the same thing when they got to drive like in France. Because in France it's normal. So they have a tendency to do the same action. So anyways, that's that.
Yeah. DCG44 says, saw Peugeot in front of me a couple weeks ago, Mexican plates. Where's DCG44s? Yeah, you see some Peugeots. There are a couple of Peugeots in America.
Well, they used to, and from what I understand, before we left, I heard that Peugeot's thinking about coming back to the U.S. So, because that was long. They left the U.S. in the '80s.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. We'll see. Some of their stuff is cool, but I don't.
Yeah, there's some. I saw some interesting like coupes that they make. That look pretty cool looking. Kind of on the idea of remember the old Audi TTs, the kind of rounded, small little. I saw a couple cars like that.
Do you know that? I don't know how long you've been gone, but Audi killed the TT. Do you know that?
Oh, they did, huh?
Yeah, the TT is officially no more. No mas. Yeah.
No mas.
Yeah, I guess they had their annual meeting, and they've got to drop cars because they've got to develop all these electric cars.
Oh, that's so obnoxious.
Yeah, TT out of here. So this is like, or like there's the TTRS, which I used to have one. No more.
Yeah.
No more. You can't get those.
Catholic Music Lover wants to know, tell us about restaurants. Is there any good food?
We didn't do any real fancy food in France. We ate in one restaurant on the 6th. We went to right along the beach there in Armory, and we ate one. And it's fancy, it's pricey, but I didn't have fancy food. Here in England, it's like tonight. It was what did I have? I basically picked. They had this thing where you get 3 appetizers, and I took 3 appetizer type things. Peggy ate some weird arrangement that had little fried fish and this, that, and the other. And there's fish and chips. And I
was going to say, have you done fish and chips yet?
I haven't yet. No, I'm not.
Walter doesn't like vegetables. So.
No. Okay, they give you peas with fish and chips a lot of times.
Yeah,
do you eat peas?
Right?
I thought you don't eat those either. You don't eat peas.
I don't eat peas. No.
Because come on, some deep fried cod or haddock?
Walter doesn't eat anything green.
That's not bad. I could usually, but when you get fish and chips over here at a real place, you get a whole bunch of fish. Yeah, it's not like a little, Long John Silver strip thing. You get a freaking chunk of fish.
Yeah.
So, one of the guys in the group, he had fish and chips tonight. Everybody had a little. My dad ate a hamburger.
What about so you don't try like any England's good for Indian food. You haven't not trying any of that Indian food?
No. Actually, the first night here before we left to go to France, we went to actually that restaurant was what the fuck was that place? Not Thai. Was it not Thai? It was Bangladesh.
Oh, Bangladesh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that was actually pretty good. I didn't know what to expect, but there was nothing bad. So I didn't get super exotic stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing I like. England had some really good Indian restaurants.
Oh yeah, I hear like their tikka masala and those things are really good there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vanessa Kitty says stop eating at chain food restaurant, chain seafood places.
Speaking of that, in France, normally when we camped last time, most everybody camped, so everybody was in the campsite. Everybody ate in the campsite, like for breakfast and sometimes for dinner. This time, some people were in the bed and breakfast, some people were camping, people were in different directions. So it was like, come dinner time, it's like and we're out. Say like we were in Bayeux, which is the major city kind of to where we were. We went to McDonald's once.
Any difference?
We went to McDonald's twice actually, because another night we were after we returned. I mean, that was before we returned the rental car. Yeah, we wanted to get something to eat because it was getting about dinner time. We didn't know what the plans were for dinner. So, but they have the kiosk the same way, and luckily for the kiosk, you can hit the English button and see it in English. Yeah.
Does the kiosk have a British accent? Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? No.
This was in France. No.
Oh, France. Welcome to Le McDonald's.
Bonjour, stupid American.
Yes, I take your order, you bastard.
Everything begins with Lee. Lee Burger.
It's a Burger Royale or some nonsense.
Yeah,
yeah.
That was funny because they had some American themed burger there too in France. And then when we got back to England, we were making that epic journey from the ferry back to here to Morton. And we stopped because everybody was had to take a leak and everything. We stopped at a service area which has gasoline and food, and the McDonald's was open. So we went in there, and then they had two American themed burgers in England. And I was like, oh, that's bizarre. South Carolina barbecue or something. I'm like,
okay.
How does an Englishman know what South Carolina barbecue is?
He doesn't.
It's what McDonald's tells him it is.
It's just it's just like in America, Chinese food is not what the Chinese eat traditionally. Yeah. So
God bless that McDonald's. That was the best sight I'd seen all night. Because everybody was hungry and everybody had to take a dump. So.
Yeah, you should have just thrown a fit. You should. I do not want French fries. I want American fries. Damn it!
Oh God, freedom fries. He needs freedom fries.
Yeah, freedom fries.
It would have been like, stupid American.
Don't throw no fits because from what I hear, the gendarmes like to give you a good ass kicking if you.
Oh, okay.
Well, and I guess at the port they enjoy if the illegals try to stow away and fight. They give them a good ass kicking too. So
okay, at least they don't have guillotines anymore. So far as we know, who knows?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Let's see what else. Any other questions? What other questions do you have?
Yes. Yeah. Let's see. If there are questions, let us know. There's lots of. This is our audience, so there's lots of. You know what the questions are.
We didn't have any. Before we left to go to France, we were in a restaurant when we went to the Bangladeshi place. Sean's brother has his son here, and he's a student at FSU, actually, where your son goes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and he was out. The story is he ran into some local young men, and something about playing manhunt. I don't know if that was a story or if that's the story he gave.
They were about to go deliverance on him. British style.
I don't know what happened, but he ended up running through some local resident's backyard, and they thought he was trying to steal their car. And they called the police.
Don't go to any foreign country and play a game called Manhunt. It's not going to end well.
So he shows up back at the restaurant with his dirt on his elbows and skin to. And so the Pope, when he goes to leave, and the Popo's out there looking for him. So Yeah. So I guess they had a picture on a security camera of him, like that was the story anyway. So he got out of it. There was nothing happened. So
yeah. By the way, Richard Mondo says he's about 2.5 hours drive from you.
Okay. Yeah. And in England, 2.5 hours on the road is not like 2.5 hours in Florida where you just get on the interstate and go in a straight line. Mm-hmm. It's like. Cross this road, go to the next one. Unless you're on the
little tiny ass country, we could put all of England in. We could fit England in New York,
Florida and Georgia, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, a lot of them here think 2-hour drive is a long ways, and I go, hell, it's 230 miles from my house to the border. The north part. Yeah. If you head west, it's almost 8 hours to the other side.
Yeah.
So it's like 2 hours.
You do a 3-hour drive every time you come see me, each way.
Yeah. That's 2.5 hours. Yeah. So
Armin and Axis asked had a question that sounds like it should have come out of my mouth. Heart Safety Over Firearms, can you bring back a government-issued white flag from France?
Oh God. Okay.
Stop it.
Yeah, Imposter wants to know if you purchased any new vehicles.
Oh, that motorcycle looked awesome.
Oh, that poor motorcycle sitting there, and that guy that we stayed at his place, his name is Jean-Claude, right? So
God, it's so
nice.
typical. So
the first thing I asked Jean-Claude, I said, I'm kidding. Sell me that motorcycle, Jean-Claude. Oh, no. All it needs is a carburetor.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Obviously, from that picture, it needs more than a carburetor. But, no, he ain't going to let it up. I think that's a German one, too. It
was neat.
Yeah.
What was it? It was like a German mark, the name on it?
I couldn't find any name on it, but I've seen pictures of similar ones. It's painted German colors, too, like for the kind of that grayish blue color.
Mm-hmm.
So, but no, he doesn't want to let it go because one of the other guys that was with us, Charles, who's older, who's been going to, he lives in England, goes, I already tried to get it. I got first shot at it. I'm like,
Okay. I think they know. So, yeah. I think they realize how valuable stuff is now with the internet.
Internet has ruined everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's like a lot. I understand. It's his, and he's going to hang on to it. And
yeah,
that's that.
Yeah. So you know what I want to do while we have a chance here? Did you want to say something, Walt?
No. Staying where we stayed at, they were camping in the middle of a field. So you get the things about Normandy, the hedgerows and all the stuff. I can't imagine fighting and kind of up and down and through these little villages where there's walls and everything else. It must have been really a pain in the major ass to try to fight over there because
plus you're getting shot at and you're stinky and dirty.
There's 10 million places you can hide.
Not for me.
Can you imagine guerrilla warfare in that?
And then the other thing is all your equipment weighs 10 times what it would have weighed today.
Yeah, and there's no you can't call in an airstrike on your thing and give them GPS coordinates and all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's just.
But in the olden days, those guys ate lead and spit out bullets. Those are the real dudes. Now we're all afraid to eat lead. Nobody wants to eat lead.
What's your shirt say?
Make Florida the sunshine state.
Okay.
Gunshine state.
Gunshine state. Yeah, sorry. There you go. Gunshine state again.
Oh, the gunshine.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you have one of these.
I do. Yeah. I didn't bring it with me this time.
You should have.
I brought the Barnauls shirt along. I wore it a little bit, but it was so freaking chilly out that most of the time I had a coat on, so nobody could see the thing anyway. So
I just can't even understand that concept of it being chilly right now anywhere in the world.
It felt like it was 50 or less.
A week ago, it got up to 104 here in Gainesville.
Yeah,
is that what it was? Oh, okay.
Oh,
and humid.
Yeah, the humidity finally kicked up too.
Yeah.
Well, that's where the rain started because the humidity. Oh yeah. My dad's all worried that his plants that he had are all dead. I said, I think it rained at your place, Dad. I think it did.
He's gotten. I mean, we went probably 2 weeks without, or maybe a week without good rain. Now probably 2 weeks without good rain, and it's been raining every day now since. So he's got plenty of water.
So So by the way, we're gonna get into some new stuff here and talk over with Walter. By the way, shout out to CloverTech. I see CloverTech is out there. He says it's hot out there. And he's in the Texases. So.
Tyven, 62 degrees in Cleveland, Ohio. Sounds
nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sounds so nice.
It's perfect. Okay, so we got some mail. Some mail stuff came in. I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, I got some cool stuff.
Yeah. So our friend Special K, he was in the Philippines. I don't know. Is he in the chat? Does anyone see Special K in the chat? And so
I haven't seen him.
Yeah. So he sent us. He got these. He got one for you, one for me, Walter. Here,
send us a box that says Thai Ladyboy in it, and but it was empty. So I don't know. Maybe they escaped halfway through.
Patrick was very upset.
The jeepney.
Yeah, the jeepneys. So there you go. Let me see. I'm trying to hold this up because I can't tell which one I have my hands is which. So there you go. You know what? This one's mine. The silver one's mine. This one's yours, Walter. So I'm going to open this because I don't open mine.
Okay.
God, you can open Walter's.
Yeah, mine goes right there in the thing, but I'll open up Walter's.
I'll have to set my Hot Wheels track up. We'll jump. We'll go through the loop with the jeepney.
Yeah, that's pretty
Special
cool.
K's here. Special K
Okay,
just
shout out to
He's
Special
in
K.
here.
All right, thank you very much, Special K.
Yeah, thank you.
Shout out. These are very cool.
Mhm.
I like this gold one.
Did it say who it's made by in the bottom?
It says it on the box. Kultura. Kultura.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Kultura.
I got a white one.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
Babyface. Hold on, let me flip this up, Babyface. Okay, now you're on.
I got the white one.
Babyface got the white one.
Right.
There you go. Walter got the gold one, which I'm kind of jealous of. Let's see there. You can go into the back. You can put some little people in there. Very nice. Very nice. It's got what does it have on the roof here? Mabuhay. I got it. It's not blurred, woman. There we go. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just gotta hold it. So there you go. So he got you one of those, Walter. But wait, there's more.
Oh, the next thing is the coolest.
So here, let me put this over here. There's also a letter which I'm gonna read here in a second once I got us all. So he got you a butterfly knife, which I don't know how to flip out a butterfly knife, so no one ask.
And the really cool thing about these butterfly knives, they're not like cheap China produced crap. You see, like, if you can see, like, some dude...
Yeah, this is like a real... Is this?
Some dude somewhere, like, actually ground this thing by hand. It's kind of rough, but it has so much character to it because it's like...
Yeah, very cool.
I saw like a documentary thing about the people making the guns and then people making the knives, and I think a lot of them do it in shops.
I could see somebody grinding this out on a bench grinder and doing all the bone handle and everything. It's really neat. I really like it. Super cool.
So here's okay, it looks like Patrick and I got the same ones. Here's mine
Walter
right
got
here.
the cool brown one.
Yeah. They're all handmade, Lola said.
You got a bottle opener on yours? Son of a bitch.
Yeah, see?
Son of a bitch.
Special K knows who to take care of.
I know. I just got like blood bruise.
Hang on just a second. I'm gonna go get something for Special K. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Walter's going to get stuff. That's always we always got to worry when Walter's off to get stuff. So very cool. Thanks to Special K.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really like it.
Yeah, there's a letter here that I'm going to read, actually. Let me read the letter. So it says, Hi, Hank and Lola. Here are a few souvenirs from the Philippines for you and the rest of the strange familia. Jeepneys, sometimes called simply Jeeps, are buses and the most popular means of public transportation. Ubiquitous in the Philippines, they are known for their crowded vis-a-vis seating and kitsch decorations, which have become a widespread symbol of Philippine culture and art. And then the balasong knife, also known as a fan knife, butterfly knife, or Batangas knife. It's a folding pocket knife. Its distinct features are two handles, counter-rotating around the tang, such that when closed, the blade is concealed within grooves in the handles. A balasong with the latch on the safe handle position opposite the cutting edge is called a manila folder. Because I think these originated in the Philippines, right?
I don't know. I'm not super familiar on these.
Yeah. Also a pearl bracelet for Lola.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I got a pearl necklace for that, Lola.
Oh, dear.
Hope you guys like it. Hope you guys like it from Chris, Special K, and Claire. Thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
No, they were awesome. This is such a cool thing.
All right. Yeah. And in return for that, you get one of the only... I have two of these. He gets one of the 30-millimeter bottle openers.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
And it has a Harry Potter string on it, too.
Harry Potter string? What do you mean, a lanyard?
Yeah, that lanyard looks kind of Harry
Oh, that is
Potter.
like Harry Potter colors.
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah, that red and green, or red and yellow.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, anyways.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
30-millimeter one for in return.
K.
Okay, Special K. Yeah. So thanks. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we appreciate that, Special K. Thanks a lot for that. And by the way, not to be left out, Tyven sent me some. There was a package that came from Tyven. I don't know why. I was thinking, oh, Tyven sent me a gun. Maybe he got me some socks or something. Boom, Tyven cup, because I definitely didn't have enough Tyven cups. And of course, a signed Tyven hat came in. So thanks to Tyven, we appreciate it though. Yeah, thanks to Tyven. I guess we got cups and stuff like that we could send out to folks out there. So shout out to Tyven as well. Before Tyven says, "Wait a second," I think what happened is that from when we moved to the other place to this place, I think the mail, like transferring the mail and everything, got a little hung up. So that's probably why some things are taking their time getting over here. So. Joe San says, I'm jealous going later this year. Lucky a couple of nephews are in the police force. Okay, cool. Thanks a lot. We always appreciate gifts. So.
Oh, hell yeah. Who's going to turn down some awesome gifts?
Yeah.
Speaking of the Philippines, one of the guys here, he's married to a Philippine lady.
Okay,
and
very nice.
Who recently got her actually British citizenship.
Okay.
But we were talking about the Filipino-made 1911s.
Oh, right.
And I guess I told him that I have one, and it's fine. It's tighter fitting than the American one I have.
Yeah.
But I guess the ones that they sell in the Philippines to people are not as well made, even though they're factory made. So, and then we were also talking about the homemade guns, which they make knockoffs, in workshops, people's backyards and stuff. And I guess they're good for 2 or 3 rounds, and they don't function very.
Yeah. By the way, shout out to Hootie Who, and Tyven Show says all good. You know what? Speaking of the Filipino 1911, Walter, I just edited that video today and uploaded it. I'm not sure when it's actually coming out.
Oh, okay.
Should be out in a few days, probably.
Now that I have a somewhat better Wi-Fi connection, I'll be able to watch some stuff like that. So.
That's a video with just Walter and Lola, since you people were like, oh, just Hank doesn't need to be in the video, only Lola. So there you go. That's it.
They got the video with the 2 good-looking people in it, me and Lola.
Yeah, Lola takeover with Walter. I think that you guys shot a couple of those videos, if I'm not mistaken. I think I already got one of them up.
We did a couple quickies when I was there.
Yeah. I don't know about the sound of that, but whatever. Richard Hughes wants to know when the High Point Bullpup is coming out. We're probably not gonna work on that until Walter gets back.
Do you have the stock? Do you have the stock?
No, we're trying to get our hands on the stock for that, and then we got to figure out exactly what we're gonna do, because we want to do some cool things with that. I don't want to just put it in a bullpup kit. I think we should do some other things. So,
I've got that special thing to put on the end of the barrel too. So. We're gonna make the High Point even more.
Oh yeah. Don't tell anyone about that. We're gonna do some cool stuff. You guys have to just be prepared for that. That's coming. Now you are talking about stocks, and I'll get into this real quick because Babyface brought it over here. So I don't know if you guys saw the Ruger American 6.5 Creedmoor that we had that Barnauls sent us. So we got this chassis from Barnauls, and what is it? DMT?
It's an MDT.
MDT. So let me see if you could even see the Barnauls logo up on this thing. Do you guys see it there?
Catch it in the light. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So.
Do you know how that worked? Did they do like a cooperative with them, kind of help design?
I think
something?
They make a bunch of stuff together. There's several things that they have on the Barnauls website. So most of the stuff came from
really
Barnauls.
Nice.
Yeah, and then the optic came from Primary Arms, and then I think this is Babyface's tripod, so we got to get a bipod.
Yeah, it's just a Harris knockoff. I used to have a Harris. I don't know if that's it or if that's the knockoff. I can't remember.
Yeah. So
it might be the knockoff.
If this is the real one, I'm keeping it. I'm calling dibs.
Yeah.
So we'll have a video on this. I want to probably change the color of this, paint it or something, but we're close.
That thing is super cool. It's got a nice Timney trigger. If you want to see how to build it, go over to my channel and check it out. I did the whole build video, and if you look in the description, I linked, I timestamped everything. So if you want to see like a particular thing of how something comes apart, it's all timestamped.
Yeah, check out Babyface P.
Does that
on
take
YouTube.
Does that take any AR-10 type magazine like the?
So it's not going to take AR-10. Their chassis looks like it uses their magazine.
Oh, okay.
But it's a 20-round box detachable.
Yeah,
box.
it's an MDT. It's an MDT 20 round.
Oh,
I
wow,
think you can get.
rounds.
I think there's another kind of. There's some other people that are making the magazines for this.
Okay.
But this one's from MDT. Is the 20 round, so not bad, right?
Cool.
Yeah. So we'll get some videos up on that, but definitely check out. Hold on, let me see. I'm not even talking into the microphone. We'll get some videos up on that, but you guys need to go subscribe to Babyface P on YouTube. He's got the video on that. Huh?
I said please and thank you.
Yes. So we've got some other things we need to do. There's a bunch of things that we're trying to put together. Some stuff I'm waiting for Walter to come back. So that High Point. Walter's got to do some stuff with it, so that's definitely waiting for Walter. I don't know if I told you guys this, but don't tell anyone. I'm supposed to be getting
Richard
RDB.
Sorry,
RDB's coming for Hank Strange for the situation. Yes.
Oh, I want one.
Yes.
I'm gonna shoot it because I really want one.
What are you getting?
RDB, the Keltec RDB.
Keltec.
Oh.
Yeah. So basically, when we do some affiliate stuff like we do with Gun Prime. So when folks go buy stuff through Gun Prime, that helps us. We get a couple of bucks there. So we put that money back towards getting an RDB from Gun Prime. So that should be. It's taken a while because it takes a while for all of those shekels to build up
to trickle down.
Yeah, so that we can get the RDB out of it. But we are getting one of those, I think, sometime this week. So we'll be doing something with that as well, I'm sure.
I got offered to go shoot clay pigeons over here.
I bet that would be fun.
Yeah, shotguns.
Another military vehicle person who visited the U.S. It's been about a year and a half ago. And we went shooting together. He sent me a text and goes, "Hey, would you like to go on Thursday? Go shoot clay pigeons?" I'm like,
Yeah.
That sounds very posh, as they say over here.
You gotta have like your leather chaps and your nice shooting jacket.
Did you bring a $500,000 shotgun? Otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna look
poor. What's it? A Holland in Holland or whatever?
Yeah.
I need a Perazzi or whatever.
Yeah. See if High Point has a shotgun.
And
that's available
show
in
up with
England.
that. Typical American shows up with the High Point shotgun.
Probably. Let me tell you, High Point should make a shotgun. Actually.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Cool.
Anyways.
Shout out to Sam from Forge from Freedom. He's here. Let's see who else. Alan Compton II says, "Got my Hank Strange shirt in the mail." Very cool. Very cool.
Sweet.
Congratulations to you. Let's hit some of the news things that we want to talk about. You know that your boy Trump was getting out of control while you've been gone, right, Walter? Did you talk to him during D-Day? Did you get a chance to?
I did.
Tell him
Before
to chill?
he got here, the tweets between him and the London mayor were pretty hilarious.
Such a tard.
Yeah.
Sadiq Khan is such an idiot.
He's a tard. But
yeah.
I was aware of that because a couple of other people that are here with us from the States are diehard Trump people. So I had to inform them about the suppressor stuff. And
so what do you think about that? You are a Trump supporter. I think all of us here actually voted for Trump, but that doesn't mean we let him get away with stuff. And we talk bad about him when he does things. But what do you think about this whole suppressor situation and what he said to that guy?
Now, was that suppressor legally owned?
We don't know anything. We don't know anything about that yet.
They haven't said whether it was legally owned or it was illegal or homemade or.
Nope. They just said that there was suppressor-like, I think, right, Patrick? Is that what it said in the thing? Suppressor-like
They said
device?
he used I don't know. I all I've ever heard is suppressor on a 45. That's all I know.
Yeah, no one's actually
Is
telling
it
us
something
much
like
about it.
this, which is a suppressed 45, by the way, pow,
Mhm.
or is it something like a milk jug with some styrofoam stuck in it?
Yeah,
Like, we don't.
I mean,
we have
the guns were legal. The guns were legal.
Yeah.
It's feasible. It's
No,
it's possible.
no,
Yeah.
no pictures of the gun and suppressor.
Not that
nothing.
I've
I
seen.
haven't seen anything yet. If anybody out there knows, oh, so the pants is saying they called it a suppressor-like device. So it might not even be a suppressor.
It wasn't an
We
oil
don't know.
can one, was it, or an oil?
Don't
Maybe.
know. Could be.
Whole thing is just so ridiculous to me that they
Yeah.
ban it now.
Well, once again, it's just stupid because that stuff's already controlled,
So controlled.
Highly
You can't get it
regulated.
any-
Yeah.
and so it makes a big difference. Was it legal? Was it illegal? Was it whatever? Once it, yeah, it's just I don't even want to think about it. So, but what people need to do, and what the suppressor people need to do, they all need to get together and play together, and work together to make a stink about it, because I think that's the only way you can do at least let your opinion be known, and
Yeah.
aside from that,
Yeah. In that form that Trump put out there, that online form that you're supposed to fill out if the media is harassing you, I would go to that form and say, you are harassing me. You're threatening to take away my...
where is the? I mean, I know it's out there. Where's the video saying he's going for the Second Amendment, blah blah blah, but nothing's going to take blah blah. That needs to be. That's like
front and center.
He didn't mean
Yeah.
that. He didn't mean that. That was just some nonsense he said when he was up at the NRA.
well, they see that's
Yeah,
even
maybe.
more reason you need to get rid of LaPierre and that whole bunch
Yeah.
because they're not
got to go.
Yeah.
they're not going to do anything to prevent something like that from happening. So.
So
Somebody's
speaking...
snoring in the background here.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if you can listen. You can hear it.
No. If
I
it-
can't.
we
I
can't
have
hear
to
it.
get
We
close.
can't
She'd
hear it.
shoot.
Don't try to get us in trouble with Peggy, Walter. Don't try to get us in trouble with Peggy.
She
You're gonna
would do
be-
it to me in a heartbeat, but
you be on your own with that one. So,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Let's see. Forge from Freedom.
Sam gave us $5.
Yeah, what does he say here? People
People need to wake up and stop worshiping government blindly. Stop with the tribalism and understand the government is not to be trusted. I agree.
Yep.
No government is
Can't
to be
argue that.
trusted.
No. And we don't trust. We don't trust them.
I don't think we blindly trust. No.
No. So here's something from the NRA that I wanted to throw up. Someone sent me this, and I think it's worth some kind of discussion. This is in the Washington Post. NRA money flowed to board members amid allegedly lavish spending by top officials and vendors.
That's the Washington Compost, by the way.
Yeah. So so if you read through the article here, it's talking about former pro football player who serves on the National Rifle Association board, was paid $400,000 by the group in recent years for public outreach and firearms training. Another board member, a writer in New Mexico, collected more than $28,000 for articles in NRA publications. Yet another board member sold ammunition from his private company to the NRA for an undisclosed sum. The NRA, which has been rocked by allegations of exorbitant spending by top executives, also directed money in recent years that went to board members, the very people tasked with overseeing the organization's finances. And then it actually goes through some people here, and one of the right on top of the list, right there, you see Pete Barnauls, firearms executive, $3.1 million for products, $11,000 in membership commissions to companies, and then there's some other things here, which I thought, you know what, this is worth us at least talking a little bit about, because I don't think, obviously these people in this article here are trying to make a point, and we may agree with them on the surface because we're not happy with the NRA, but some of these things in here, I don't see what's wrong with some of the things going on in here. Like some of the people who are getting paid.
yeah,
Like the writer, the one about the writer making $28,000 for articles. I don't just because you're
$28,000.
because you're a board member doesn't mean that you forfeit your right to continue doing business with companies.
Like I said, 28,000 is
over years it's not bad.
Over a year or 2 year, whatever it is, it's not that much money.
Yeah.
400,000 is pretty high, but when you start talking about the speaking fees that you pay to people, look at what Bill Clinton, the rapist, gets paid to go speak at like a college.
Yeah.
And tell me that 400,000 isn't somewhat justified. It's crazy, but that's the going rate for that service. So
now
it doesn't bother me that much.
No, and if you look at this, like some of the things it says commissions from recruiter programs, so like the lawyers there, Charles Cotton, Arlie Army's there.
That's part of the built-in process of you are anybody can be an NRA recruiter and go out and say, hey, join the NRA and you get like $5 per person or whatever. That's normal.
Yeah.
That's part of it.
If you use their name, they get a kickback.
Yeah,
Yep.
there's lots of folks out there doing that. None of that stuff I think is wrong on its own. I think overall the whole thing here is if we're giving our money to a company and there's people employed by that company or people doing different things, I expect money to be spent. There's some waste of the money for sure that I don't want to happen, and I think better things could happen with that money.
Paying somebody for their time, that when it's the correct price hourly or whatever they wrote, like the writer, doesn't bother me too much. Having somebody go and shop for suits on the Champs-Elysees and paying for a private jet and paying for their private transportation and everything, that's what bothers me.
Yeah.
LaPierre is supposed to be for us, and he's out there spending millions of dollars on custom tailored suits. That's bullshit.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could go through every single thing. I see, like, there's a thing in here for Ted Nugent, $50K for appearances, $4K in membership commissions to businesses, which is the same kind of thing. I mean, it's Ted Nugent. I guess he has the money that he could say, look, I'm going to just pay my own way here to show up and stuff like that. But I think if you look at people doing public appearances and stuff like that, they get some kind of money. I don't know if
everybody's
50K,
making money off of it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's bad. Yeah. Now, one thing I did actually reach out to Barnauls about the thing here that in reference to Pete Barnauls to ask him what was going on with that. So the 11K in membership, someone got back to me to tell me their side of it, and told me that I could talk to you guys about it, that it wasn't an issue. The 11K in membership, that's like Barnauls, like anyone else, getting people to become members. And that's the deal the NRA made. Like if you get people to if you put links on your social media, your website or whatever, and people click through that. So that's not bad. Now the 3.1 million for products, they explained it to me that there's a company that Barnauls did not own that was supplying the NRA for the Friends of the NRA. I guess they had shooting events. So in those shooting events, they need targets, they need ammo and stuff like that. This company was supplying those things. And then Barnauls bought that company, and those contracts continued. I don't know. I don't really think that's a big deal if if you're in the industry. There's lots of people in the industry, and if you supply something, and then they're all they're doing stuff together for them to say, okay, we're going to get our stuff from you.
Yeah. There's only so many big distributors out there to buy product from.
Yeah.
It sort of makes sense.
Yeah. What I would be worried about is if there was a kickback or something like that of some sort.
Yeah, and I guess a big thing for me would be like, if they're selling the product at the going price or at a discount, not a problem. If they're selling it for 10 times what it should be, that's when there's a problem.
Well, what they told me is that it's logistics, right? Because remember, these events are happening all over the country, and then it's logistics of actually being able to get that stuff out there. If you think about it, that's one of the things that Barnauls, is like a big company, can do. I'm not trying to excuse anything for them. I'm just saying some of these things in here make sense. You can't have shooting events and not have ammo. Somebody's got to pay for the ammo. Ammo has to be bought from somewhere. People shoot it. The same thing with targets and other things related to that. That falls in the category of the kind of stuff we want people to do. We want them to go out there and shoot and be trained. I think there's some things in there about training. People paid for doing training.
We talked about previously, we've talked a little bit about how we would like to see, and I think all of us agree that we'd like to see Barnauls. We'd like to see the NRA get back to their roots of training people to shoot, doing like all sorts of events where people can get familiar with firearms, things like that.
Yeah.
And that's what this money went to. So it to me is not that big of a deal.
Yeah,
I don't see it as a big thing.
The things that are to me like, I don't understand why he has to spend $500,000, $250,000 on suits.
Yeah, that's my problem.
There's things like that in there. I think Marion Hammer. Does it say how much money Marion Hammer got in there?
Is there a cat litter allowance for that?
Okay, Marion
Hammer's spending big money on clothing. She needs to find somebody new. Because Jesus Christ,
she got paid $610,000 for lobbying.
If that's the going rate, then that's the going rate. I don't particularly.
I just don't think she should be lobbying for us. Yeah.
That's my problem more so than the pay. Lobbyists get paid a lot of money, and I guess you could argue, do they deserve that money? But that's
not when we're still getting gun laws. I don't, or when we're capitulating. If we're capitulating to stuff, no, that's not not money well spent in my opinion.
You don't receive a paycheck. You suck.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the going rate is being paid, I don't see that as a big deal in my book. If you are. Like when we're talking guns and government contracts, when a civilian can buy an AR-15 for $500, but Colt is charging the U.S. government $2,500 per AR, that's where you're like, why are we paying you when there's somebody cheaper?
Right.
But that would be my issue. And then buying frivolous things like suits. Fuck off.
Yeah, I just don't think like Marion Hammer, for example, is doing a very good job. If they made this deal to pay her, obviously they have to pay her, right? But she's not really, in my opinion, lobbying for us.
No, she's not. She's not making. She's not worth what we're paying her. What they're paying her.
But that's what they think. This is the problem with all that, right? This is what they think, and I think that's where this becomes a problem. Like, if there's people, first of all, commerce has to happen. So I imagine if we saw what the bill was for the NRAM, the annual meeting every year. So you got to pay someone to have an annual meeting there. You have to pay people to organize that. I get that stuff because we all get together. But it's the overall message of what's being done with our money that worries me. You know, it's the overall message of the NRA not really vetting. Let's say, first of all, I don't think they vetted Trump. They just said, oh, he's a pro-gun guy. We'll put him out there. All right, we all went and voted for him. Where's the pressure? That's why we're giving them money. Keep up the pressure like, hey, we supported you. Don't do this. This thing that you're talking about, suppressors, don't do that. We are for suppressors. You know, we're for these things. Don't do this. That's what we expect to get out of our money. If we're not getting that, then we're going to want to know, like, what's up with the people, leadership people in these positions? Why don't they pull that support? Because we don't want our money to go there to support things that we're not into. I think if there was like some corruption here, let's say on the part of, and I'm telling you guys, I'm friends with the Barnauls guys, but if there was corruption, I don't think Pete would leave being on the board of the NRA. I think he would stay there and keep getting that money. You know, like why pull out? You know, so, but it's just.
Why do you think LaPierre's still there?
Money. At this point, it's money and control.
Still there?
Yeah,
that's it. That's all it is.
Yeah, at this point, it's money and control. And I think for all of that, people want to feel like, hey, you represent us. We're allowing you to do all of these things. Where's the representation that we're sending this money to you for? People that have like lifetime memberships, like Walter, I think here on this panel has a lifetime membership. But you would still send money, right, Walter, other than when you bought into your lifetime?
Not recently.
Not recently, okay. Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you don't feel like you're being represented, this is when people get mad. Now, I know from last week and over the weekend, there was some stuff going on with one of the board members, Willis Lee. There was, I don't know if you guys saw this on Facebook. Walter, you're not.
Not one now.
I don't see it now.
Yeah. So he's on the board of directors, and there was some people on Facebook that went to him to ask him, hey, what's going on? You know, what's the deal? Why aren't you guys representing us? What's happening at the NRA?
Good question.
Yeah, he started basically just banning a bunch of people from that thing.
Sorry, you got to go.
Yeah.
It's your time to go.
Yeah, he called the questions snarky. So
nope.
To say the least, he pretty much pissed off lots of gun guys out there, and he was feeling the backlash for it. And I think that's what people don't understand here. We expect that you have money. What we're worried about is what you're doing with the money. If you're doing things with that money, if we're getting what we feel like we paid for, fine. right? But we're not paying for people to like fly around in private jets, have really expensive clothing, have awesome dinners and all of that, and then not, or even to lobby Congress, but then what their idea of lobbying is like, no, just go ahead and do this. Don't worry, the gun guys, they'll stay quiet on this. They'll let this one go. I don't think that's what we're paying for, and that's the voice that people are hearing right now. So
yep, we're paying. It has the NRA started out as a grassroots gun organization, and it's turned into just what's wrong with our political system. Everything that's wrong with our political system, corruption and money, and that's totally what it's become.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can look that up. I know if you search Willis Lee, I think he still has his stuff up. I know that We Like Shooting commented, a whole bunch of people commented. Someone keyed me into that, and I put a comment there. That comment got like, the comment I put up got like 496 thumbs
What did you
ups.
say?
I basically,
what did you comment on? What did he post?
It's in response to him saying that, like, he basically, people were asking him these questions, right? Like, you're on the board. What's up? What's going on? And he basically started banning people and then reiterating what the policies are of his Facebook page and telling people if you ask snarky questions, you get snarky answers.
No, you're just a dickhead.
So I guess people weren't bowing down to him enough or something. I've actually met this guy in real life. He kind of wanted my support. Yeah, Willis. If you
look him up. I don't know anything about.
Yeah. So here, I'll throw up my thing if you guys care to know what my brilliant response was to him. It wasn't. I don't know if it was all that brilliant, but let's see. I'll throw
Willie
it up.
Lee?
No, Willis. It's basically WILLES Lee.
Yes.
And his page on Facebook is NRA Board of Directors. So I went in there. I saw lots of people were upset. I said, sir, we met in the real world, and my respectful advice to you is this. Perhaps instead of doubling and tripling down on belligerence and dogma, you should open your ears to these young patriots who are the future of the Second Amendment in America and freedom in the world. Listen carefully, answer truthfully, prepare yourself honestly. That's the path to us all standing up together, or not. The choice is yours.
And he chose his fate.
Yeah, now he responded to me. He said thank you. But then he banned a bunch of other people.
Stupid.
Because there was people on there. I mean, I try to say it in like a nice way. I guess people weren't. There's people in there not saying it in a nice way. But you know,
of course, people are mad, as they mad. Should be. People are mad.
Yeah, you can't. You at some point,
and I'm not.
You have to face up to the fact that you did something wrong or something wrong's happening.
I'm not faulting any NRA members for being really pissed off that their money's getting thrown down the toilet, and we're not seeing results with it.
Yeah, but I think
that's like if an investor were to buy into a company and then the company just decides to piss off and not do what you're hoping. Like, I'm an investor in this. That's how I see it.
People are expecting some kind of responsible structure, and I think that depends on maybe how old you are or how long you've been doing it. Walter, you've been doing this for like 150 years. How do you see, like, I mean, honestly, you've been doing this longer than us, but how have you seen the NRA all this time up until now? Did you think that this was an organization that you had some kind of influence over, or just something that you were giving your money to?
I don't know if I had any influence. I mean, I guess I figure there's supposed to be I'm more interested in being politically active than training about kids and guns.
Okay.
Because that could be an excuse for not doing the politics.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a fair point.
Get out. When I don't care where it's at, or how little a thing it is, they need to be out there in front spending the money doing that, not running around making commercials and doing TV spots and all that stuff, or the suits or the fly around the jets and all blah, 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 blah. Paying a lobbyist $650,000 and nothing gets, there's no
return
result.
on investment. Yeah,
right. Exactly. Right. I mean, so,
if we got the return on the investment, I'm not saying we would be happy and singing about the money. We'd be like, hey, it's worth it.
If you got suppressors off the books, I'd say $650,000 is worth it in my book. If those came off, but that's never going to happen. We're never going to lose gun laws. They're only going to keep getting added.
Yeah. Well, some places, some states now you're getting, you got constitutional carry and there's stuff going on that's positive, but when they start talking about banning stuff on a national thing,
it reverses all that.
The speakers, people are supposed to be representing you. Just say, oh, okay, that's all right with us.
Exactly.
And once again, the NFA stuff, how many instances of this stuff happen? It doesn't. Mm-hmm. I mean, at least with legal stuff, it doesn't. Mm-hmm. So that's why I want to know whether the thing was it legal? Was it homebrewed? Was it what? Yeah. Because you're never going to stop that.
But here's the thing about that, whether it was legal or not legal, Walter. So there's a doctor right now, right, that he is accused of murdering 25 people with overdosing them with fentanyl. That's in America. Right. There's another nurse. He's not in America. I think he's in Australia. He killed like 85 people or something like that. When I looked up the stats, they're saying every year 250,000 people die from medical malpractice, at least in America. Those are all bigger issues. Those are all regulated, just like guns are regulated. There's laws. There's steps that people have to do to have these things. We can make all the regulations and all that we want to. We're not able to shut down healthcare, but it kills a lot of people. So I'm not trying to say that I don't care about the people that are dying because of guns, but there's worse things out there, and those things are still regulated.
They're not dying because of the guns.
Yeah, but you understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying to you is people are going to die from things. People are going to die from things. People are going to die because cars exist. They're going to die because there's hospitals. There's going to, things are going to kill people.
I got to go to the bathroom, but the AMA must have better lobbyists. And I'll take a leak on that.
Wait, what did Walter say? I didn't even.
The AMA must have better lobbyists.
They must have better lobbyists because.
American Medical Association.
Medical Association.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they keep killing people. Nobody
gives a shit.
Yeah, that's true. Their lobbyists are actually doing some stuff. Their lobbyists don't believe in 1 inch. Which unfortunately ours don't. Let me get some while Walter's draining the dragon over there. Bob Inch says the NRA needs to tell us what shall not be infringed means. Does it mean NFA and 922R? So that's from Bob Inch. RR says also Freedom of Information Act. We should be able to make them be transparent. Because does the Freedom of Information Act apply?
Government only, I think.
Yeah,
not private business.
I don't think that applies to the NRA. It's really not what we think it is. I think that's what a lot of us are discovering.
FOIA is for government stuff only.
Yeah, and BWE Firearms and Parts says NRA has always been against the Second Amendment.
My belief is that they profit off of it too much to actually give a shit about us and our rights. Mm-hmm. Every time something happens, they send out mailers and make more money. So that's a problem.
Yeah. Lola has a grievance here. Lola says 250K deaths due to malpractice, and today I was yelled at by a doctor for calling to clarify the overdosage he was prescribing to a patient.
Yeah. Yep, that's how it goes.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah, just so you know, this patient's going to die if I prescribe this to him. Making sure you're all right with that.
Yeah.
The doctor gets mad.
If a doctor killed somebody and they took him out and they dispatched him properly, you think they would
have no doctors?
They'd be a little more careful?
Yeah, we would have no doctor.
Yeah, we run that risk. This is a risk that we run. Like everyone sitting here goes to see a doctor or has had like some medical thing done to them, right? Yeah, you went to the doctor.
Or they just pull his doctoring license. And it's like taking a lawyer's license. When you take a lawyer's license, you take his life. Mm-hmm. You take a doctor's. He spent all that time becoming a doctor, and you take his way to make. He's got to go get a regular job then and work. So. Yeah. So, and here's one of the things I was looking.
So Reed Hendricks had a video about this. Not very happy with NRA or Trump. He put out a video, And one of the things he's talking about, which we've spoken about before, is that what is the reason that we get all this crap under Republicans or conservatives, but when you've got like Democrats in office, you don't necessarily get this? Like, how come we gave these guys a super majority and they sat on taking suppressors off the NFA, and then now we're looking at not having them at all?
Because it's a game, and most of them, I'd say 95%, are only interested in getting reelected and not interested in actually doing their job, doing what we put them in there to do. They're just there thinking ahead of 2 more years or 4 more years or whatever. I got to get reelected. That's all they care about. So they have to play this stupid game of, well, if I do something now, they might not like me in the future and I might not get reelected, so I can't do it now. But then you lose your opportunity.
They lost that anyway. Yeah, they lost that anyway.
Yeah, it's just a total game.
Okay. Well, whatever kind of high stakes poker or whatever I don't think they ever intended on doing
Russian roulette. If you're going to play a game, let's make it roulette.
I don't
Spin
think
the chamber and let's see what happens.
I think they never ever intended to take suppressors off the NFA.
No. I'm pretty sure you're with you there.
Yeah, that was never the plan. Maybe it was something that they floated out there when they wanted to get the supermajority, but then they had it and they didn't go, yeah, this is happening. So unless Trump was saying all the way back then that, hey, if you guys send this thing up here, then I'm not going to sign it. I mean, he said in this interview with, what is the name of that guy? I always forget the name of the British interviewer.
Yeah, CNN guy.
Yeah, he used to be on CNN. Piers Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan.
Yeah, he says that he never liked suppressors. So, do you guys?
So what is he?
Go ahead.
So I would. My response is, tell me what a suppressor is. How does it work? Tell me what don't you like about them? Have you ever had one? You ever shot one? You ever used one? I mean,
is he aware that they're already highly regulated and they have been in America since what? How long of that? That's the 30s, right? 30s, 40s.
Way before that.
Huh?
Suppressors came around early 1900s.
1912.
Maxim and stuff.
Yeah, but
that was actually probably he probably did it before the turn of the century. So.
But how long have they been regulated?
Oh, since the 30s, yeah.
Yeah, since the 30s.
Yeah. So, and before that, you could just go into a hardware store and buy one.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or no, you would get mailed straight to your house.
Mail order, whatever. Yeah, it was no big deal. They weren't a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've seen the ads for the Maxim back in 1914. I think they had an ad where it's like mail order for Christmas, $12 shipping, or $12 plus like 25-cent shipping.
We're not even talking about complicated technology.
No, there's nothing to it. It's not fancy.
Yeah.
It's a muffler.
Yeah. So
it's a bloody flag.
Now, do you think that they're not worried about this because, like, we as gun guys, we're a little upset about it, right? Even Walter, in his tired state of mind, what is it, like 2 o'clock in the morning in England? Walter's a little fired up. He's a little fired up, but I think
125.
125. Okay, but there's lots of gun people that are not activated yet. Like, they haven't woken up to this is happening. Why do you guys think that is? Do you think there's something that'll get them activated?
It's not part of their gun world. A lot of the FUDs things are illegal anyways, or you shouldn't have them, or whatever. I mean, I've heard it from those are illegal. What do you mean they're illegal? They're not illegal. They're illegal. It's like, oh,
okay.
You can't tell some old person. I'd say you can't tell some old person that he don't know what he's talking about because they just won't listen.
So then, how come these guys were so activated under Obama? Are they just like waiting till we get a social justice warrior in the White House and then they'll get activated?
Everybody wasn't activated under Obama. Just some of these. I don't know how you describe it. If you're not coming after something you own, then you're not. I'm not worried about it, right? I guess. Mm-hmm. Made that attitude like, well, you're not coming to get my Remington Model 11, so I'm not worried about it. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I think I saw people activated not when he got elected, but in 2013. I think we saw something happen. Like, I think we just came out of an election and no one really even went and voted. And next thing I know, they were buying every gun in existence.
Obama activated more than just gun stuff. Obama activated the healthcare thing, and Obama activated all the stuff. He went after everything, not just gun stuff. He didn't go after gun stuff because he was anyways. So people had lots of things to get excited about aside from guns.
Yeah. Well, that is the one thing, like you just said, he really didn't go after guns as much. He kind of like alluded to it, but didn't actually do it. Right?
Yeah, and they could have done it right away. They were in charge for 2 years too, and they could have done bloody hell, just went crazy. But I think they realized if they went crazy, they'd all get thrown out the next time around. So at least the history, that's what happened back in '94. So. Mm-hmm. But by the time they got thrown out, it was already done for 10 years. The assault weapons ban. So,
yeah.
But hey.
Yeah. Okay. So, and then I saw that obviously something that's making news that the media decided for some weird reason. You think maybe the media wants suppressors to trend, or silencers to trend, because there's news out there breaking. Supreme Court won't hear case challenging silencer regulation. Which is not new. There's a bunch of things they're not taking.
That doesn't surprise me. They don't have the time to hear every case. I'm surprised they're hearing a gun case to begin with, which is already on the books. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that they're not going to hear one specifically about suppressors.
And this is about what happened in Kansas with these guys that got arrested for making, for the guy that got arrested for making suppressors. And actually, the Trump administration asked them to leave the convictions in place. So I guess that's one of the things that's going on here. But the Supreme Court doesn't take up everything, to my knowledge. So, I don't even know. Like, I don't know. I don't really know if we can. I know there's a lot of things that come up in front of the Supreme Court. They don't take it up, and I think they're trying to avoid taking up Second Amendment stuff right now. And even if they did, I wonder. Do we really have any kind of security in which direction they're going to go if they took up those things? So I think that we're going to see a lot more of this. Anything that has to do with silencers and suppressors, the media is going to push just so that it's out there in the news because it's the thing that they want.
They're scary. Yeah. Silencers are scary.
Yeah, evil things.
I mean, it's like a bayonet on the end of a gun. That's scary.
They want to remove bayonet lugs. It's because somebody thinks a bayonet lug is scary.
That makes it more lethal.
What?
That was the argument. Well, a flash hider. You'll hide the flash. You won't be able to see the gun go off.
Yeah.
Okay. Really? Come on.
Yeah. So, okay, here's another thing I'm going to ask you. We've got to try to wake Walter up here. How do gun guys feel about smart guns? Before I show it this article, you guys tell me. How do you feel about smart guns? Are you for or against them?
It's dumb. Let's say that.
Okay, that's Walter. Walter says it's
I'm
dumb.
neither for nor against. As long as they're not mandatory, technology advances are great. When they start pushing it as you have to have this technology, that's when there's a problem.
Yeah.
And that's
because I don't need something in between the trigger and the bullet and my finger. My finger is the safety. I don't need some piece of technical doodad, and I sound like an old person here, but I don't need something like that in my way. It's not necessary.
I want my guns to be dumb. I don't want them to be smart.
I'll say AK-47. It works the way it is. Why do you need
every time?
I don't need a collapsible stock. I don't need a Picatinny rail. I don't need all that shit. It'll go bang when I pull the trigger every freaking time. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
So here, let me throw this up. This is the reason why I'm asking you guys. Actually, that's the wrong thing. Okay.
Smart guns in the world.
Yeah, survey most gun owners. This is in Hub, whatever that is. Most gun owners support sale of smart guns, but
that's bullshit.
Yeah, but aren't or are not likely to buy them. So
yeah,
basically,
I totally support it. That's
say two words: electric car.
But I'm not against any of that. Like, if you want to own an electric car, fucking own it. I don't care. But don't make me own
an electric car when it's twice as much as a regular car. They're not.
Yeah, we're not. So in general, who we are, we're not against things existing, right? And if people have the freedom to do something, they have the freedom to do it. They could do it. But ultimately, yeah, I think I agree with Patrick in that. Yeah, I don't want you to. The reason why we're not happy about it is because there's people trying to push stuff to say, oh, well, then everyone should get smart guns. Every gun should be a smart gun, and any of the other guns that are not smart guns.
Here's a smart gun. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you can put that smart gun and it recognizes that fingerprint of that smart person, and then he goes out and smartly shoots himself, or he accidentally smartly shoots his friend. What did you gain? You didn't gain anything.
Mm-hmm. I think it's more than that. I mean, for example, with electric cars, I'm not trying to knock them. I actually follow electric cars, look at them, see what's going on with them. But there's lots of problems with electric cars right now in America that people don't realize.
If you want to buy electric car, great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not, here's the thing. Like, you have this smart gun. What happens if the batteries don't work and you need to save your life? Well, then. What happens if you are disabled and you can't save your life, but someone else is there with you that can, but they can't have access to that gun to save your life or their life? This is the thing. Like, we see all these cars going wrong.
No, that's your choice. If you want that choice, then take it. That's on you. If you want to own a gun that only you can shoot, that you trust that will only you can shoot, that's on you. I don't have a problem with you owning it. It's none of my business. Mm-hmm. But don't force me to own it. That's basically it.
Yeah. It's the same thing. That's why I'm saying it's similar to cars. At some point, they'll try to force us. Like, you must have this car. Yeah.
They are. They're already pushing that every company has to have certain emission standards. So, yeah, they're already taking that next step, for sure.
Yeah, that's a de facto thing. But then at some point, they may go, there is no reason for internal combustion engines. They should not exist. Not only if you own them and if you have them already, too bad for you, they got to go. They got to get crushed. And you have to buy an electric car. So that's the kind of thing that people don't want. If you want to have it, like Patrick is, get whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You get a shotgun, get an AK. If you think you want to defend your house with an attack helicopter, I think if you can afford it, you should be able to do it. We run guns says there's nothing smart about smart guns. So yeah, that's pretty much.
And I say this every time, and I'm looking at statistics now if you want me to pull them up, but. Mm-hmm. Cars, gasoline engines are like 3 times more efficient than trying to push power down a power pole from the power plant to your house so you can plug your car in. Yeah. So
also, like,
it doesn't make sense.
How do you? So, for example, if your gun malfunctions on you, which guns the regular combustion engine guns that we have can malfunction? You have things that you could do to fix that. If your electronic gun, if your smart gun malfunctions on you, there's not necessarily a lot you could do immediately to fix that.
It kind of falls into that whole. Have you seen any of the stuff about like electronics and like tractors, or like Walther owns the CNC machines, the electronics in the CNC machines? Everything's locked away, and especially with tractors, you're no longer allowed to like work on your own tractor and fix it because the tractor company is leasing it to you. Like, you don't own it anymore. Mm-hmm. So no, I think electronic guns might fall into that same thing, and that's scary to me.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. So
just have to make my own then, won't I?
Yeah.
Exactly.
762 says people buy electric cars based on feelings. I don't think there's not a good support system for them. I've been following TFL now, which talks about cars, and they actually bought a Tesla. And one of the guys the guy's son that owns TFL cars, he backed a Tesla into a wall accidentally and crushed the driver's side rear lights. Basically, it's already been out of commission for the last couple of weeks. They have a minimum of 6 more weeks, and it's going to cost them about $14,000 to change the indicator lights in the back of the car.
There's a whole thing. Sorry, Walter, go ahead.
I was going to say, can I sing Feelings for you? Feelings.
Walter is drunk with tiredness right now.
Seriously. There's a whole thing going on. Like, if you watch, I think Motherboard has a whole series on how Teslas are unfixable at the moment because they don't send parts to regular companies. You can't just buy them on. Like, I can go buy either a Ford or an aftermarket taillight for my Mustang, no problem. But you can't buy Tesla parts. You can't. They're not. If you're not licensed to fix Teslas, they won't send you parts. Like, there's massive issues with getting those things fixed because it's like, oh, you're not licensed to do that. You can't have it, which is falls into the same category as, to me, as electric guns or digital guns or whatever.
Yeah,
could be the same exact thing.
Yeah. So to those people who think they know, you don't know. You think you know, but you don't know.
I need to do a video on this because I'm in the industry, but software as a service is the same thing. And it's terrifying. And Hank, you are one of those that loves software as a service, but it is the same exact thing, and they can shut you down for any reason at any point because they're just licensing the service to you. And if they don't like what you do with it, they can just tell you, we don't want you using our software any longer.
No,
so that's another thing that's dangerous coming down the line.
Yeah, no, I understand that, but it's not. Although it could be frustrating or aggravating, it's not life or death. So I definitely I don't want the things that have to do with life or death. I want them to be really stupid. I want them to be dumbed down. I want me to be in charge of those things. You know, I don't want anyone in charge of it. And I'm not for anyone out there that likes electric cars. I'm not trying to knock them. I like it. I follow it. I have. I've watched documentaries like Who Killed the Electric Car. I've looked at that thing. It's just one of those things that I don't think that they're ready. I don't think they're there yet. You know, so and with guns, I don't think it'll ever be there because it's my safety and my security. Ultimately,
all of us
like I can get out of a car and go to another car, but you know,
all of us are so worried about our guns working perfectly anyways. At this point, it's like, do you really want to add another complication to it that may not work when you need it? No. Screw off.
Yeah. I don't really want things. I don't want any of those kinds of things getting in the way of those things. I need them to be mechanical.
Like Walter said, AKs, there's a reason they've been around for so long and so many governments and people use them for so many different things.
Yeah. Okay, SoCal Gunner gave us $5. He says, y'all need to watch Rich rebuild. He's been through the craziness with Tesla. He rebuilds Tesla. He buys at auctions. He was on JRE recently. Yep, I know.
think I watched him.
Yeah, I've watched him.
Is he a black guy?
Yep. Black guy.
Yeah, I think
he bought like a Tesla that was water damaged or something.
Yeah, and he if you look, he has like I wouldn't call it a warehouse, but a storage area where he just buys wrecked Teslas, parts everything out. So when somebody says, "Hey, I need this one thing that Tesla won't sell me," he's like, "Well, I got it."
Yeah.
But it's crazy
he's doing it as a business.
Your damn car.
Yeah, well, that's the
which is great. It's good.
That's the only way to get Tesla parts. You got to get them from old. Lola was asking me that.
And I so much want a car that I can't buy parts for.
Yeah,
exactly.
So I could tell you something. I heard this story about a guy that bought the Jaguar I-Pace. So Jaguar already has bad reputation, right? The Jaguar. Yeah. This guy bought a Jaguar I-Pace, and I think he got into an accident, right? And he basically bought it and a couple of days later got into this accident, and it's been sitting for a couple of months at the Jaguar dealership because they don't know where the parts are coming from. Even if they got the parts, they don't have anyone qualified to work on the electric cars. It's a little bit insane, and we're not really fully built out for it. So I'm not saying that it won't be. I mean, look, right now we're arguing about how we're going to get rid of the nuclear waste to power nuclear power plants, right? We're talking about that. Nobody wants that nuclear waste buried in their backyard. Nobody wants those nuclear power plants in their backyard. Where the hell? At some point, we're going to run into a problem here of where the electricity is coming from. You know, so I just don't think it's, built out. The Motorboater says, I would like to see a Mac review on a smart gun. I bet it breaks. Laugh out loud.
It would be terrible.
Yeah.
There are benefits to owning popular or what's the word for things that are everybody has, like my Mustang or a Glock or something. You know, there are benefits to owning things like that because there are parts out there. There's massive aftermarket. You can get things easily. When you start owning specialized things, you got to be prepared to either fix it yourself or, in the case of like Tesla, you're just SOL.
I'll be able to replace it. Look, we're doing this. Doing this on the internet. We're using electronics to do what we're doing. We're all using computers. Those are all electronic. They run off of batteries. You can plug them in and charge them, etc. So I'm not saying these things are impossible, but those are more built out and more reliable And ultimately, we have options of what we could do if one of them goes down, and it happens from time to time, right? But we're prepared to deal with it. So, Walter, did you? I think all the way over there, you heard about the Florida motorcyclist. We got to talk about a Florida story. So this is like an unfortunate, terrible one. Florida motorcyclist gets hit by lightning and dies in crash.
What?
So this guy was on the highway, and he was struck by lightning on a major highway. 45-year-old man was riding his motorcycle southbound in Interstate 95 in East Central Florida's Volusia County on Sunday afternoon when a lightning strike hit his helmet, causing him to veer off the roadway and crash. He didn't survive, according to the Florida Highway Patrol. An off-duty Virginia State Police trooper reportedly witnessed the lightning strike and the resulting crash. Sorry, Walt.
Somebody told me there's a picture of his helmet with a hole blown in it.
It's got a big old hole in it. Yep.
Yeah.
I very much respect lightning.
Yeah.
Somebody up there's calling you home.
When I had one of my military Jeeps, you're riding around and it had a roll cage, the whole thing. You're riding around with a plastic vinyl top over the top and a steel cage, and the light hitting the trees on the side of the road where you're driving. It's like,
sweet baby Jesus, protect me.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Now cars I know are grounded, right? Like cars are pretty much Faraday cages.
It'll go around in the car body supposedly, but like a motorcycle or a Jeep or anything with a boat on the water,
Yeah, so, I didn't realize. So a motorcycle is not grounded or doesn't act like a Faraday cage.
You don't have that body over you.
You don't have that massive
you don't have that
metal. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I guess the quickest point from A to B is straight from here to your foot down into the ground.
Right. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just like you're being hit by lightning and standing. I mean, it's not.
Yeah.
You got the rubber tires, but I mean, it's going to jump across there like a spark plug.
Yep.
We were at an air show one time at MacDill. This was back in the 70s. And a big thunderstorm rolled in during the air show, and everybody's hiding underneath the wings of the airplanes. And the pilot guy says, "That'll get you just like a spark plug standing on the." You're not safe there because it's going to hit it and look for some way to go down. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now I know why I usually see motorcycle guys pull over, and those things, or try to get on the bridges and stuff like that.
Plus, it's just painful.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it feels like little bullets hitting you.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't happen often like that, but when it does, it's like, holy crap.
Yeah. And then Richard Hughes says, "Wait, there's a pic of the helmet, but not the shooter's 45 with a silencer."
Yep.
Richard Hughes is calling BS on that.
Well, that's a good example of motorcycles. How many thousands of people get killed each year riding motorcycles?
Mm-hmm.
Helmet or no helmet or whatever, but hey, that's no problem. You can ride your motorcycle, ride to your death. They got good lobbyists, I guess, right?
Tyven says he wonders if he had a GoPro on top of his helmet. I don't know. Good question.
I don't think it makes any difference, Tyven.
Yeah, and BWE, Richard says your head is the tallest thing on the motorcycle.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Absolutely.
Did you see the picture of the Russian rocket getting hit with lightning on takeoff?
No, damn.
I know that happens. Yeah,
it happens. Yeah, it got hit. I don't know if it got hit once or twice, and I guess it did kind of make the instruments do weird things. But one of the Apollo launches, I think it was either Apollo 15 or something, they got hit, and it made the instruments do weird shit too. But they figured it out and kept going. So
yeah. Vanessa Kitty says, my brother has been struck by lightning twice in his yard. And my brother in Texas.
Does he not play the lottery like all the time?
Tell him don't go outside anymore.
Just don't leave the house.
Rubber underwear, rubber socks.
I've never been hit, but I've been one time in the house, and we lived in Tampa, hit an oak tree right out, and the windows were open in the house, and it hit the oak tree like maybe 40, 50 feet away. It killed that oak tree.
Oh, it's like a bomb going off, too.
Oh, yeah. That same storm hit some pine trees across the street and killed them. One time, we're in a car driving down the road, and lightning hit a tree like right next to the side of the road we were at. It's like, that's where there's no. It's just boom. It's like, holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I was thinking of sometimes as a kid riding a bicycle when it was storming. It's like I'm surprised I'm still alive.
Yeah.
I mean, bad stuff. They're really close. It's like you don't want to play with lightning. I saw that. Speaking of the air show, that same air show, we saw people get hit by lightning. They were like a group of 3 of them got hit, and
wow.
The pilot ran out, and these other people ran out and started giving them CPR. One of the people died, but yeah, it was maybe 50 feet away from where we were at. So.
Nature, mofos. Nature.
Don't mess with lightning.
The universe is all powerful. Let me just explain that to you. Human beings, very frail. We are very fragile. Universe, all powerful. So, yeah. Joshua Levy says, unless Barnauls was charging the NRA $1,000 per case for 556 FMJ or something, I don't see a problem.
Yeah,
going back to what we were talking about before. Oh, Len Holt says, yeah, the helicopter crash in New York had pictures today. Oh man, that's
I saw that.
Saw that the helicopter.
Have they figured out what happened yet?
Don't
Pilot
know.
killed when helicopter crash lands on roof of Midtown high rise. So he tried to land on a roof and missed. I guess
maybe he was making, or was he making emergency landing? I don't know. Who knows?
Helicopter crash landed on the roof of a 54-story building during a Midtown Manhattan Monday, sparking a fire and killing the pilot. Call about the incident at the AXA Equitable Center on 7th Ave and West 51st Street came in shortly before it's at 2 p.m. Senior officials told News 4 the pilot, identified by a manager at Linden Municipal Airport, had just dropped off a passenger at the East 34th Street heliport. They have that? Is
that Linden, New Jersey? No.
Linden Municipal Airport. Okay. It just says Linden Municipal Airport. And may have been making his way back to the chopper's base in Linden, New Jersey. Yep, when the crash occurred.
Yeah, I used
Path
to live there.
Would have taken the helicopter up the East River, the airport manager, police. So they don't know exactly, I guess. I'm sure. I mean, there's definitely a black box, and I'm sure he was in communication. So they'll figure out what happened. But yeah, that's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah. Can you? I mean, yeah. Wow. Okay, here's something this is kind of like a sidetrack or going back to something we were just talking about. I'll throw it up. Audi recalls its first electric car in the U.S. due to battery fire risk. No.
That's awesome. I want one of those.
Oh, boy.
Does it have a navigation system, too?
Yeah, well, that's a whole other thing. Audi announced a voluntary recall on the e-tron, the company's first. I actually drove this car, and I have a video. I liked it, by the way. It's immediate power. Audi has announced a voluntary recall on the e-tron, the company's first all-electric car, because of a risk for battery fires. That's in all these electric cars. The German automaker says the recall covers around 540 e-trons in the United States, or about half of what Audi has sold since the car's launch in April.
Since they saw Tony Stark drive it in the movie.
Yeah, Audi says that a wiring harness glitch in the affected models can cause moisture to seep into the individual battery cells, which could spark a fire. No such fires or injuries have been reported so far. But Audi told Bloomberg that globally it is noted 5 instances where battery fault light turned on because of moisture buildup. And I guess they expect to have repair, which happens when something first comes out. When things are out, like as you guys know, I've been having issues in my navigation system from the beginning. So, no.
Yeah.
It's my baby.
Lemon Law, get you a new car.
The Microsoft way of manufacturing thing.
Yeah. Well, listen, the more electronics, we just had this conversation, the more electronics in the car that you have, the more likelihood something's going to go wrong with those electronics, or there's going to be a glitch.
That's why I would tell anybody who's worried about things like EMPs and stuff, get yourself a classic old car. Well, that's it.
All right, it's my advice. Okay.
I mean, without any tracking, without any GPS, without any
old school. Did you see? Okay, so I sent you today, Walter, a link. Jay Leno had on Jay Leno's Garage. He had on these guys that make Humvees. Did you see that? They rebuild Humvees.
I saw it, but I didn't look at it because I was just kind of time crunched here and there. So.
It's pretty cool. They do a nice job. And by the way, they Rhino line the Humvees. I'm just saying.
Oh. Well, I have nothing against the Rhino lining. It's just
not on your car. Not on your watch.
It's just not the right time yet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, going to the British accent? Okay. Yeah. Fine. Anyway, it was a cool video. I watched it. It was a cool video.
Take a look at it.
Yeah. Something I want to say for all the rap heads out there. So I don't know if you guys saw this news, but Ghetto Boys rapper Bushwick Bill dead at 52, publicists say. So if you know the Ghetto Boys, I grew up in the 80s, 90s. That was one of my, I like the group, you know, like my mind's playing tricks on me.
Natural causes or self-inflicted abuse?
So Bushwick Bill, from my understanding, he was the shorter person. So I think he had lots of medical problems.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, but I think he had cancer or something like that. So that's what eventually took him out. But he's going through a couple of things. Like he says he was shot in the eye.
What?
Yeah.
Shot in the eye?
It's tough to be a rapper, man. Be happy that you're just a gun guy.
God damn, man. You got to get out of the hood, man. You got to get out of the hood.
Yeah. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. So, well, you know, it's not, look, it's not easy, man. We were talking, you know what? I saw people talking. We spoke about this a couple of weeks ago. The rapper, what's his name? Kodak Black. That actually like went and bought a gun, lied on the 4473. Then he used that gun in a drive-by, for which his vehicle in a drive-by was a Porsche that he rented. And so he crashed and left the Porsche and left the gun and everything.
And I'm going to say what I said back then. You can't fix it. You can't fix it.
Yeah. So he's I don't know if he's actually getting out of jail and ever. You know, because
it won't be for very long.
No, they don't want. They're not giving him bail because remember he just came back into the United States he was in Canada, and when he was coming back from Canada, they found him with a gun. So he's got Yeah. But anyway, Bushwick Bill, that was one of my the Ghetto Boys, one of my groups that I liked growing up. So R.I.P. Bushwick Bill for. I guess I'm the only one on this panel that cares. Babyface P, he only knows, what's the name of that guy that you know, the rapper?
I said when Hank said so-and-so died, I was like, who? From the Ghetto Boys. I was like, who?
Yeah. Patrick only knows Post Malone. That's his only rapper that he knows about.
That's it. That's all I know. I've never heard of Eminem or Jay-Z, and I don't know who any of those people are. Just Post Malone.
Just Post Malone. That's it. Huh?
I wish I'd never known who they are. Some of them rattled off.
Gee, thanks, Walter.
Run DMC. There we go.
Yeah. One of the guys from Run DMC not with us, but he hasn't been with us for a long time, man.
Yeah.
Jam Master Jay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. See, your knowledge doesn't go that deep. I know. That's all right. That's cool. I understand. Walter, what guns do you have to show us in England? The people demand guns. Let's see what you got over there.
I can't have nobody guns over here.
No? No guns?
No guns.
You sure? We're not going to call...
don't get the cops called.
We're not going to call any authorities or anything like that.
The guns.
Oh, you got the guns. I see. You got the guns. So what are you... How long are you going to be in England, man? When are you packing it up and... coming back.
I'll be back stateside. I'll be back stateside on the 20th.
The 20th? Hold on a second. What's today's date? The 10th. That's a lot of days.
Yeah. When I go on a holiday, I go on holiday.
Okay. All right. You figure you spend the
money
money
over here for a week and go back. I mean, that's just like. Yeah.
Me and Patrick are over here holding it down. So can I keep your car? I'm gonna draw.
Until I get back.
Yeah.
Don't be rhino lining my damn car now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's actually a good idea.
Don't be rhino lining my Jeep.
These things are meant to be customized, Walter. They are meant to be.
I'll go full on Filipino, but no rhino lining.
Wait a second. How do we rhino line something this small? Babyface, this is your department.
Oh,
we're gonna need an airbrush, right?
Very, very carefully.
Yeah. Put the rhino liner. Someone says, "Where's your knife?" Walter didn't get a knife.
Oh, bloody hell! I got me a pocket knife. You saw.
Oh, do you have a knife
Be careful,
over there? No.
don't whip this out.
Yeah, remember. Hold on a second, Walter. Don't get yourself in trouble now. Rafael Morales says, "How big is Walter's steamer trunk?" I have a feeling Walter has a whole shipping container.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not yet. Not yet.
Oh, you don't have a shipping? Did you guys buy any big vehicles that are coming back to stateside?
Well, I haven't bought anything yet.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. So you bought that over there.
Yeah, this was in Normandy. Yeah, it's one of the souvenir kind of knives. It's marked with the 75th and the Normandy flag logo. And
Oh, okay. And you definitely got one for me that's coming in your prison wallet.
And there was some complications in that whole thing. So.
Oh boy. There's complications in your
The
prison
complications were the complications were Walter looked at his phone and said, fuck it, I'm not buying any of those.
No, I couldn't get back to the store where I got it from because I had to take the rental car back and drop it off. And after that, it was storming like fuck, so I couldn't get back into that store in town. So, unfortunately, not.
No,
but
that's okay. We'll take that one. We'll take that one then.
Well, we'll have to talk about that.
It's cool. Let's see it. Let's see a close up of this.
Okay. Let me.
So what's the handle? Okay, so there we go. So the handle's wood.
Yeah, it's wood. It's got the 75th anniversary like laser engraved into it, and then it's got the.
What's the lions? That's Normandy.
That's a Normandy flag thing.
Okay, and then what kind of point? What kind of blade is this on there?
It's got a single blade kind of thing.
Drop point. It looks like.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually it doesn't because they're not required to do it over here. Like if it was an American, it would say made in China or whatever. It doesn't have that on it, but it seems to be of decent quality. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's good in the collection. I'll tell you what. I'll swap you for a balisong. I'll swap you that knife for this balisong.
Hang on a second. I thought there was one in my name there. No.
Oh no, I don't know. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
I'm gonna use a term that's used in American lingo. Indian giver.
Careful now.
What kind of Indian?
No, that's yours.
Feather.
That's yours. Yeah. Dot. No, Dot. I'm Dot. Red Dot all day. I represent the dots.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Team Dot over here. So. Yeah. So okay, that's cool. So what are you guys gonna do for this 10 days? I don't know if we're gonna see you again this week.
Let's see. I've had an offer to go shoot clay pigeons.
Oh yeah, you should do that. Shoot guns in England. Yes.
With an English friend.
Yeah. Take video.
If I go, we got to see what the schedule is here. I'm going to go look at supposedly a tracked vehicle that somebody has that might want to sell it.
Okay. All right.
And then on the weekend, this coming weekend, there's the show at Evesham, however you want to say it.
Evesham.
It's supposed to be military vehicles, up to 500 of them there. Okay. Plus, there's going to be vendors selling stuff, which is what I really like.
Yeah. So what do you need over there? Babyface? What do you need?
Some sort of tank and or tracked vehicle would be very nice. Bring one back.
That's true.
I'll see what I can do.
Or you can get a Norton. If you get a Norton, what was that?
Motorcycle?
Yeah. What was it? The Intercept?
I'll take a Norton bike.
Man, speaking of motorcycle, you should have saw all the old Nortons and Triumphs and.
Yeah.
I bet they were awesome.
Yeah.
World War II ones and stuff, and Harleys and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what else? I don't know. The pub will be at the pub a few times, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What else? So yeah, it's this coming week, except for the weekends, kind of freestyle. We went to today we took a trip. There's a local, like a falconry where they have birds of prey.
Oh yes, I saw this. You saw a pygmy falcon.
Yeah, yeah. Which is from Africa, by the way.
Yes, I know. I was about to say something about Lola. She does have pygmy blood.
I'm associated.
No, that's not you. That's me. That's me making that association.
You're allowed to do that. Yes.
I saw that pygmy falcon thing. I was like, "This is funny."
It was owned by-
I want one of those actually. I want a pygmy falcon. It's like the size of a friggin' pigeon.
That was
But it will eat a pigeon.
Yes.
that was smaller than a pigeon. That was a cute
Yeah.
bird. So, but that was a young one too. It was recently, not very old. So, oh, what else? Yeah. So we'll see. It's kind of up in the air what we're gonna do. I don't have any like set in stone plans till the weekend. So.
Okay. Well, try to have fun. I don't know if we'll be getting any reports from you. So we're trying to make the most of it right now. It's almost 9, so I'll probably wrap it up for the folks out here so we're not keeping you. What is it? Almost like 2 o'clock, right?
Oh, it is 2 o'clock. It's not
2.
almost.
Okay. It's
1:50. It's 1:59.
Then it's not 2 o'clock yet. It's not 2 o'clock. All right. So how can the folks out there? How can the people out there follow you? How can they follow you, Walter? And
check out Safety Harbor Firearms on Instagram. I've been posting pictures there. Not a lot of gun stuff, but just of the trip. And that'll show up on Facebook on Safety Harbor Firearms Facebook page.
Yeah, I'm throwing up your Instagram page right now.
Okay,
people
excellent.
out there, and if you guys want to see, here's the little pygmy falcon.
Yeah, that was a cute little bird. I have to say.
It looks like actually it doesn't look like a pigeon. It does look smaller. It looks like a robin or something like that. Yeah, it's really small.
The size of like a robin or like a cardinal or something like that. Yeah. But it has a little beak and little claws. But they had real big birds there too. So. Mm-hmm. I guess they do breeding, and they're trying to do the endangered species stuff and all that kind of stuff there too. So
okay.
And we were chatting with the young ladies in the gift shop, and they knew about the birds in Florida, so they're up on all that stuff. So
okay, cool. Hanging out with the British chicks. You enjoying that British female accent? You having fun with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay, that's what I figured. All right, cool. So everyone follow Walter on Safety Harbor Firearms if you want to see what's going on with him. What about you, Babyface P?
Baby_face P on Instagram, Babyface P on YouTube. Go look at all my stuff, subscribe, and that's it.
Yeah, I'm going to throw up some stuff from Babyface P. Lola says that Babyface only does pictures of buckshot, which is true.
Mostly
75%. He did throw in a picture of a Snapple apple, which now apparently he's addicted to Snapple apples.
I can't find him though. It's a problem.
Yeah.
Did you tag Snapple in that?
I should have. No, I didn't.
It's never too late. You can always still tag him.
Go back and tag him.
You remember that video I did before I left of the Heineken and the bottle opener?
Yeah.
It has over. Let's see here, and that might be because I tagged Heineken. Can't remember or not, but I think it has over 15,000 views.
Oh, cool!
What?
Which is
that's crazy. I'm definitely not going right now to
right here
that post.
Has excuse me. Only wait a minute. Hang on, let me hit the refresh button here. Only 14,508. That's all.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a simple. Opening up I tagged Heineken, of course, so I don't know if that helped or not. But
yeah, no, that's always a good thing. And maybe there's not a lot of pictures like that going up, but it's the kind of thing that everyone's into.
No, man, that was about how it works with the simple videos, and all of a sudden it's like what? So
yeah,
anyways.
Very good.
DCG's 44 says try Amazon. Yeah, I'm sure I can get it at Amazon, but I want it cold from a gas station. That's how you get Snapple. Yeah. I don't order it by the case. What do you think I am? Come on.
Okay, that's why you're not gonna find any.
Exactly.
I'll see if I can find you a bottle here in England at a gas station.
Bring it all the way back.
They're in Walmart. You can get people usually buy them up. Yeah, Lola says she bought the last one she saw at Walmart.
We went to Walmart yesterday to pick up stuff for dinner, and I looked specifically for Snapple apple. There were none.
Yeah, I'm not sharing any of my Snapple apples with you. Just so you know, we're boys, but no on the Snapple apples.
Not that much. That's a whole other level.
Yeah, I was reading. I had one today, and I was enjoying it. And then the trivia on the cap said that the only mosquitoes that bite are the female ones, and I was like, "Yep, that's life.
Yep, it's true.
That's nature. That's all the way around. That's how it goes down." So, all right, listen, make sure you check out these two guys. I'm going to wrap up the Free for All Monday here. We've got a whole week full of shows coming at you guys. So make sure you follow Walter. Thanks a lot for the gifts, of course, from Special K and family and wife out there,
Yes,
as well as shout out to the Tyven Show for the yellow cups.
Holy crap! They have Snapple. Okay, I'm just gonna throw this out there for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Snapple has a where can I get my Snapple finder
An
on
app?
their website.
Uh-huh.
It's on their website. I put in my zip code and it shows me there's 3 of them in stock at Walmart. 1 of them in stock at the dollar store. So yeah, if you're desperate like us for Snapple, go to their website and it'll show you where to look.
In a freaking apocalypse, man, the man who has the Snapple apples is king.
Oh man, that's the best trick bait ever.
Yeah. So listen, thanks to everyone for hanging out with us. Let me drop the end right here. Let me drop it right now. Drop the ending. Boom, there goes the ending. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you thumbs up and ring the bell so that you can follow us and be notified every time we throw up videos here. I think we crossed over like 400,000 views on the channel. We're approaching like 75,000 downloads of the audiobook. So shout out to everyone that listens to it. Unless anyone here has anything else to say, I'm going to quote Rafael Morales, and on that bombshell, we are out of here. We will see you guys. Thanks so much. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace out.